Hello and welcome to the last game of the day here in Wilson, North Carolina on Field 1 for the U.S. Youth Soccer National League Tournament. And this one will have the Chicago Fire Juniors playing Penn Fusion 98. So let's get to the starting lineups. Number 10, Nicholas Anweiler. 26, Matthew Bahina. 7, Patrick Breslin. 3, Jake Farley. The goalkeeper is Cade Fink. 24, Noah Kettle. 14, Elijah Monjaras. 13, Connor Moat. 16, Jacob Parakis. 19, John Schuler. 21, Michael Usher. And that is for the Chicago Fire Juniors. Let's get over to the Penn Fusion 98. Number 8, Evan Anderson. 10, Samuel Brown. 13, Frank DeRosa. 19, George Leidner. Anthony Marucci will be the goalkeeper. Number 6, Aiden McFadden. 18, Eamon O'Connor. 7, Justin Quintero. 2, Richard Schlentz. And number 3, Maxwell Zandy. As it looks like the Chicago Fire with the ball on their side, they'll be moving from right to left in this game. And then for Penn Fusion, they will be in the white, and they'll be moving from left to right in this game. This one played forward. And now Chicago Fire Juniors are going to end up with the ball and try and turn it down the other side of the field. We got a good matchup between these two teams. Penn Fusion, as you might have been able to tell by the name, from Pennsylvania, the east part of Pennsylvania, and then Chicago Fire, I'm guessing you guess by the name if you know your geography. Chicago is in Illinois, so these two teams hailing from those states, the best teams in their states. Penn Fusion also number 7 in the United States, and the Chicago Fire Juniors number 12 in the United States. And, well, this is a very crucial game, not just for just playing on the field. This is a national tournament, which means that there is the possibility of playing again. And these teams will continue their league play either in Orlando, Florida, or in Las Vegas, Nevada. Those will be the next destinations. So some pretty quality spots to go play some soccer at as your next spots. And I'm sure it'll be warm at those times too. So good places to go play some soccer. And then on top of that, this tournament's comprised of the top 80 boys teams from across the country, which is absolutely spectacular. We've seen teams from California today, Seattle today, just teams from all over Texas. So just teams traveling from very, very far away places compared to Wilson, North Carolina. And then on top of everything else, you got scouts from colleges coming to see these guys. I mean, a lot of these kids, this is the under 17, they'll be heading to college here soon and trying to get a scholarship to go play at some of these major universities around the country, and even not the major universities. You got schools like Furman, who's a SoCon team, and they're not a very huge school, but known for their soccer with Coach Doug Allison, and then you got players like Clinton Dempsey to run through that program. So you got different kind of college scouts coming and checking out these players to see what all the hubbub is about them. And then all these teams that are competing here today are also trying to earn a berth to the 2016 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships that will take place in Frisco, Texas. So a lot on the line riding from these teams as this gets the whole thing going for the 2015-2016 season. As you see, one played into the box right there. It's deflected away. My name is Karthik Venkatraman, and I'll be hanging out with you for this game as it's starting to cool down a little bit. The sun's on its way to being set here in Wilson, North Carolina. We've had a beautiful day for soccer, and the weather's been almost absolutely perfect. It feels almost like a summer night, not even remotely close to winter. So it's been really nice out here today, and these two teams are about to wind up the whole entire thing for us, as that ball is played out by Penn Fusion on the far side of the field. So it'll end up being a throw-in. Chicago Fire Juniors come up with possession right here, looking to play it forward, not able to do so. We'll have to slow it down a little bit to send some numbers forward, and they're going to get a throw-in of themselves. Now played back toward the middle of the field. one of the big things for this whole entire tournament, too. It's been raining a lot up to this game, and so the field, as you can see on this side of the field that the Chicago Fire Juniors are trying to go towards, the field's been torn up pretty badly on this side. But then you look over to the right side, which we're getting ready to see here in a second with the Penn Fusion moving the ball on the upside of the field. Not as muddy, so a little bit of a more playable area for both sides. So both sides will try and utilize this part of the field when they're able to do things offensively. And obviously at the end of the half, each team will switch sides and get to see what the other team did in the first half on their side of the pitch. But with all this rain, and then there was the girls' tournament last weekend here in Wilson, North Carolina, the national tournament. So there's been a lot going on these fields, and these fields are shredded to pieces. So for that, you got to feel sorry for these teams that they're the last game of the day. And on top of all the bad weather and all the tournaments that were played last weekend, they're the very last match of the game. So they had to go through all the other games that were played today as well. As you see, two players hit the deck right there. And that ball will end up going out for a goal kick. Penn Fusion's Anthony Marucci back in goal. And Penn Fusion 98 led by Coach Mark Thomas, assistant coach Jamie Scott, Chicago Fire Juniors coach Mike Scupian, and assistant coach Cole Bouchou. That ball played forward right outside the box on the near side of the field, now rolled in. It'll go behind goal and out for a goal kick. And the ball returned back to play, and Chicago Fire Junior is going to be working this through the backside of their field. Now played forward. That ball kicks up a little bit, but Penn Fusion able to get a hold of it. Now moving the ball around. This ball headed forward. A couple players tussling there in the middle of the field. A foul is going to be called. It'll be on Penn Fusion, so Chicago Fire Juniors with the free kick. You go look at the Chicago Fire under 18 team. They got a lot of quality players on there that are going to some big-time universities. And being a club team, they don't all come from the same high school, don't always play in the same area. This ball played back toward the middle of the field, and maybe an opportunity for the Chicago Fires. That ball is deflected away. And looks like it's going to go out for a corner kick, however. So the Chicago Fire Junior sending a couple players back to guard just in case that ball goes out the other way. And Penn Fusion 98 getting their players up off the bench, making sure they stay warmed up and their legs loose just in case they have to go into the game here soon. We'll see how often these teams use substitutes. And maybe a foul call right there, and they will call one. Number 10, Nicholas Onweiler, the player who hit the deck right there for the Chicago Fire Juniors. So this will be a free kick for the Chicago Fire Juniors. And see if they can put it in the box. Elijah Monjaris will be the one taking the free kick. This one likely going to go straight into the box and maybe an opportunity to put one on goal. Monjaris puts it in. That one starts curling back and right toward the keeper. This one sent deep. Headed forward. Now this one on the near side of the field for the juniors. They'll play this one back. Now try to reverse field to the far side of the field. Not a very good pass and taken away. Penn Fusion almost came streaking down the field with that ball. Chicago Fire with the ball in the middle of the field. A nice ball movement in the middle of the field. Still trying to work it. Early on in this game, I'm seeing great possession from the Chicago Fire, able to keep the ball at their feet, not giving up possession cheaply, patiently trying to find a way. A lot of these teams that we've seen out here today, and just a lot of teams in general, when they come out to these soccer games, they don't stay this patient early on in games. A lot of ball deflections, trying to up the pace. It doesn't normally work out. Chicago Fire playing with nice pace, trying to keep possession here. This ball played in off the throw-in. Now played into the box. Penn Fusion able to break it up in their back line. This one sent forward. And Penn Fusion looking to go. Back toward the middle of the field. Defenders corralling right over the ball. Penn Fusion will keep possession on the far side of the field. Flipped forward. This ball will roll out of play for a goal kick for Chicago Fire. So about 12 and a half minutes in here into the first half. For those of you just joining, still a 0-0 game. You're tuning in to the Penn Fusion 98 playing the Chicago Fire Juniors here on Field 1 at the Sports Complex of the U.S. Youth Soccer National League Tournament in Wilson, North Carolina. This one headed up into the air. Now played forward, picking the press once again. They're on the move, down the middle of the field. Deflected away. They're still able to keep possession. And now an opportunity for Chicago Fire Junior streaking down the middle of the field, but that ball will be deflected out. And a substitution getting ready to come in here for Penn Fusion. Number 14, Ryan Scholes. As the sub getting ready to come on, the player that's being subbed for trotting off the field. And here comes Scholes into the game. Number 7, Justin Quintero, the player checking out for Penn Fusion. Chicago Fire with the ball around midfield. Played forward. This one broken up by Penn Fusion. Now played out to the far side of the field. Now played deep. Looked like a handball right there. No call is being made, and now a turnover of possession here. This one sent in down the far side of the field. Penn Fusion not able to keep possession right here. Chicago Fire plays it back through their back line. And this one played forward, trying to work the wing, deflected away. in the direction of number 16, Jacob Parakis. Chicago Fire tried to play it through. And that's going to be a free kick right there, as it looked like Parakis was being a little over-aggressive there on the near sideline, so free kick for Penn Fusion. All players marking up downfield. This one sent deep. A couple players collided up in midair. Now this one sent in by Scholes. That ball comes all the way back out. Scholes gets another touch, passes it back to Scholes. Scholes gets it taken away there in the middle of the field. Now played forward. An opportunity coming. Elijah Monjaras with the ball for the Chicago Fire. Looking to play this one in. A handball maybe is what I thought once again, but once again not a call. So that's the second time in this game I thought I saw a handball, but no call made. That ball sent deep. This one being deflected around midfield. This ball being deflected around a little bit. Chicago Fire able to send this one deep. No foul called. So these refs early on letting these players play. Not a lot of fouls being called. This one played through the back line of the Chicago Fire. This one played deep. And a great play forward here to number 4. And that ball will go out of play. Ball in play. Working down the far side of the field now. Now played forward down toward the middle of the field. The ball will go out of play. So Penn Fusion looking to try and keep some possession here. Trying to right now send some balls down the field toward a couple of their forwards. A lot of these passes and a lot of these runs being broken up by the Chicago Fire. It looks like this is going to go to Penn Fusion. For a throw-in. That pass not quite on target, but still able to get it over there. And a great takeaway there in the middle of the field. And here come the Chicago Fire right down Broadway. Needs some help. Passes it back out to the near side of the field. Now passed back. Played toward the box. That one headed away. That one straight to the keeper. Anthony Marucci right there to pick up the ball. This one sent down to the near side of the field. Penn Fusion trying to get a run. Sent forward. Header mistimed just barely. Chicago Fire comes up with possession, plays this one downfield. Maybe an opportunity. Headed away. Neither of these teams pressing a whole lot. Not trying to force a whole bunch of turnovers. Both just trying to play really sound defense, but as I start saying that, Penn Fusion starting to show some aggressiveness down toward the far side of the field. Penn Fusion with the throw in. The shot taken and deflected away by the keeper. Cade Fink right there for the Chicago Fire. And able to deflect that one away, so that was his first save that he's had to make in this one. Penn Fusion holding on to it. Down near the near corner. Dismantled.
Great work, Maka. Well done. Just watch the ball, right? Be aware of it.
So it's a throw in for Penn Fusion, number 19. It'll be number 19, George Ladner again. Has two substitutes getting ready to come on for the Chicago Fire. And that one will be deflected out of play on Penn Fusion, it looks like. And it looks like the two substitutes getting ready to come on for the Chicago Fire. Number 2, Jackson Rank coming on, as well as number 15, Giovanni Ortiz checking into the game. And Patrick Breslin will be checking out of the game, as well as number 10, Nicholas Onweiler for the Chicago Fire. So still working down on that side of the field. Number 19, George Ladner, with another throw in for the Penn Fusion. This one played into the box, but nobody quite set up. And that ball will roll out of play, so Penn Fusion still keeps it.
Evan, give him no space.
This one played back. Now toward the box, this one punched away. Penn Fusion still trying to work with it, but now here comes Chicago Fire, right down the middle of the field. Tries to spin with the ball, not able to do so. Penn Fusion comes up with the ball, and another substitution getting ready to come in for the Chicago Fire. Make that 2 substitutions coming in for Chicago Fire. So Chicago Fire planning on sending a lot of players in here in the first half. Penn Fusion yet to send in anyone. This ball played over to the other side of the field to a wide open teammate. It was a great pass, but not able to do much with it, or it was Penn Fusion. Meanwhile, Christian Cunningham getting ready to check into the game for Chicago Fire, as well as 47, Max Taylor. Players coming out. Jacob Parakis checking out for the Chicago Fire. And number 21, Michael Usher, also checking out. That ball played in. And that ball goes out of play. And it looks like Penn Fusion getting ready to send in their first substitute here in one moment. It'll be number 21, Jacob Rudloff, checking in for Penn Fusion. This ball played in, punched away. Cade Fink again wants to punch it out. Looks like we're going to have another substitution coming in. Chicago Fire, number 11, Bailey Kish checking in. So a lot of substitutions now for the Chicago Fire cycling in these guys. Try and keep fresh legs going into the second half. Number 3, Jake Farley checks out of the game.
Attack it! Attack it!
This ball played to the far side of the field for the Chicago Fire. This one sent long to the Penn Fusion back line. They're playing with 3 back there in that back line. So a little more focus there on the offensive side of the ball for the Penn Fusion. Problem is they haven't been able to get a lot on offense going, as Chicago Fire looking to make yet another substitution in this game. That one played back toward the middle of the field, now down the number 15 back out to 26. Now down the far side of the field. A play into the box. That ball still being batted around. Chicago Fire maybe with an opportunity. That shot well off. And that ball will go out. Over to the keeper. Anthony Marucci right there. Not a very good ball right there as the Chicago Fire able to get back possession quite quickly. This shot taken, and it doesn't dip in time, and it'll go out of play for a goal kick. Number 14, Elijah Monjaras. Number 25, Rafa Serrano getting ready to check in here in a moment. And Chicago Fire once again looking to the bench. They're going to get ready to send in another player here in a moment. Meanwhile, Monjaras able to win the ball for his team and is going to get it back over here near the corner on their side of the field. And what was almost a blistering shot into the goal will go over as number 2, Jackson Rank, was the one who tried to take the shot right there. And the substitution comes in, so Joshua Parakis checks into the game for the Chicago Fire. And Monjaras, who's been a focal point of this offense for Chicago Fire, checks out. And this ball played deep toward midfield. Chicago Fire and Penn Fusion, both teams fighting for the ball there in the middle of the field. This ball played forward and some space to move. Ball put into the box, deflected away. Not only deflected away, absolutely caught it on his feet there. That ball goes out of play, so it'll be a throw-in, but first we're going to have a substitution coming in. This time it'll be for Penn Fusion. Number 15, Eric Reek, checks into the game. And number 19, Leidner, checks out, so substitutions coming at plenty for both squads in this game. That ball headed forward. Penn Fusion coaches urging their team to press right here, and what would have been a great opportunity because that ball was just going slowly moseying back toward the keeper. That ball will go out of play for a throw-in. Number 8 for Penn Fusion getting ready to throw in the ball. Evan Anderson. And Evan Anderson will throw it in once again. Here's Anderson, plays it, but straight to the keeper. Cade Fink directing traffic down on the field, trying to see where he wants to place this ball, and punts it. Down little past midfield, Penn Fusion able to get the ball, and now trying to charge with the ball down the far side of the field. Chicago Fire able to win it, but a sloppy pass right there almost turned into a turnover for Penn Fusion, which would have given them a great goal-scoring opportunity. That pass comes out to the near side of the field. A great pass down the near side of the field again. Chicago Fire trying to play it into the box. That one too long, now headed in toward the box. And Marucci will be right there for Penn Fusion. This one played up the near side of the field. Penn Fusion looking to press. And able to win possession because of it. So it's not a team that presses all the time, but they press very tactfully when they know they can win percentage. High percentage pressing. That ball goes out of play. This one played forward. Taken away. Now down. Shot taken. Not on target at all. And it'll go out for a goal kick. So it'll be Cade Fink for Chicago Fire getting ready to clear this one away again. Penn Fusion looking to press the keeper in some of these passes. And a great play to win Penn Fusion the ball back. I like when Penn Fusion has been pressing because it's been working really well for them as far as getting them possession. This one headed forward. And a great pass forward and through. Deflected away from Penn Fusion, but Chicago Fire will get a throw in deep in Penn Fusion territory. That one goes straight over to Marucci. And this one played downfield. And maybe an opportunity right here for Penn Fusion, but he's not able to get a hold of it. It was number 6, Aiden McFadden. And a substitution coming in here in a moment for Penn Fusion. Number 16, Andrew Weir. And an opportunity right here for Penn Fusion. It's going to be a corner kick coming from the far side of the field. Played into the box, punched away by Fink. Fink once again has to dive on top of this one and takes out any threat of an offensive attack from Penn Fusion as two substitutes getting ready to come into the game for Penn Fusion. Number 5, Quinn Dudek getting ready to check in, as well as number 16, Andrew Weir. This one played forward. Penn Fusion looking to play this one forward and does. And a speedy play right there, but then a slip on the field. Unable to keep his footing was Samuel Brown, who had some opportunity for space. And made a couple of nice moves to get that ball, but that field's still a little torn up on that side as well, even though that the left side of the field's torn up more. And a sliding tackle wins Chicago Fire possession. That one sent forward. Penn Fusion with an opportunity, and a foul will be called. And it looks like it'll be on Penn Fusion. It looks like the call will be on Brown. And Brown will come out of the game, so here comes two substitutes. As I said, Dudek and Weir come into the game. Samuel Brown checks out of the game for Penn Fusion, as well as number 13, Frank DeRosa. And Penn Fusion looking to press right here. Chicago Fire doesn't get a good pass through their back line. Causes some trouble. And a header right there, straight over to Fink. But Penn Fusion with a good offensive possession right there. To get things moving for them, it was their first real threat on offense in some time. This ball played to the near side of the field. And he's got some open space to move if he wants it, and he'll take it. Pushes it upfield. And a nice pass forward. Penn Fusion deep now in Chicago Fire territory. Trying to split two defenders. No foul is going to be called. A great defensive play right there will get Penn Fusion the ball back. It's just a complete change of vision for me, looking at the right side of the field and see a bunch of green, then come back to the left side of the field, see a bunch of brown. One side of the field is just absolutely, completely mud. And the other one's some green grass. That ball played forward. Now taken away. Chicago Fire working up the near side of the field and almost had a break, but a great defensive play will win Penn Fusion the ball back. And a great play right there from Max Taylor to win possession for Chicago Fire as we're winding down here in the first half. About 5 minutes to go and possibly some stoppage time. Chicago Fire keeping possession. Now Penn Fusion plays this one forward. That ball will be out before it was kicked. It'll be Chicago Fire's ball. So number 13, Connor Moat, getting ready to throw it in for Chicago Fire. Played forward. Now broken up. That ball will be played out, and it'll be a throw-in for Chicago Fire on the far side of the field. Penn Fusion now working the near side of the field. And a nice little run stops the ball as he ran out of real estate and now puts this back toward the middle of the field. Sent deep. Cade Fink once again right there. And a great defensive play right there. We'll get the ball for Penn Fusion. Number 15, Eric Reck right there to get the ball. Now this one played toward the middle. Zandy gets a touch.
Forward! Get at him! Get at him!
This one played in the direction of Weir.
Richie, get in! Richie, get in! That's it. Great shot.
And they're going to call a foul on that one.
I'm glad he's found his whistle now.
And it looks like we're going to have a booking in this game. It's going to be a yellow card. The yellow card was given to Eric Reck. This one played deep toward the box. That'll go out of play. It'll be a Chicago Fire throw-in. Number 13, Connor Moat, getting ready to come up. Moat passes it down to the near side corner. That'll go out of play. Discussion on who it's out on. It looks like it'll be out on Penn Fusion. Connor Moat will once again throw it in for the Chicago Fire. Back to that corner. This ball out again. Chicago Fire looking to play this one back. Penn Fusion looking to press. Cade Fink's going to have to get rid of this one quick and does so.
Evan, be away. Got three over here. Three over here. Weir, drop. Weir.
This one played for Chicago Fire on the far side of the field. It goes out of play. And it'll be a throw-in for Chicago Fire. We are now in stoppage time for the first half. And we are still tied 0-0. A couple opportunities for each team, but nothing has really brewed so far as the goal scoring column goes. It'll be interesting to see when the linesman will call this half. I don't imagine it'll be too long, maybe a minute of stoppage time. There hasn't been a lot of stoppage of play, and well, there it is. That'll be the end of the first half. We're tied 0-0 between Penn Fusion 98 and the Chicago Fire Juniors. You're watching Field 1 of the U.S. Youth Coach National League Tournament here in Wilson, North Carolina. We'll get you back out for the second half to see if either of these teams can jump out in front. And we are back getting ready to start the last 45 minutes of the game. It looks like we have a stoppage already. And now here we go. We're at the last 45 minutes of the game, just starting the second half here. This one played forward. Penn Fusion able to win it back in the middle of the field now. Chicago Flyer playing very aggressive right here.
That is shocking. That is shocking.
And Penn Fusion's coach is not very happy about that call. So it'll be Elijah Monjaras who sat out the end of that first half there with the free kick. And a great play right there to come up and not give anyone a chance to put that one anywhere near goal was Anthony Marucci for Penn Fusion. This one sent down the near side of the field, headed forward, and that's got to be a foul call, and that will be a call, and it looks like it'll be a call on Penn Fusion. I did not think that one was on Penn Fusion. I'm pretty surprised by that call, to be honest with you, but it will be Chicago Fire's. Chicago Fire's ball now down the far side of the field, looking to make a run. This ball now coming to the near side of the field. That ball tipped out of play. Richard Schlentz with the throw in right there. You can see Mr. Schlentz has been working hard today with all that mud on that jersey. He'll be a throw in for the Chicago Fire. That ball will go out of play. So now back over to the Penn Fusion. Schlentz looking to throw it in. Now back toward the middle of the field. Monjaras right there to break up that pass, though. Let's see if Chicago Fire gets back to that strategy they had there in the first half of just trying to keep possession. Or if they'll try a different approach and try and play more aggressive to break the seal of a 0-0 game. In our last game that we saw between Solar Chelsea and Seattle United, we had a 0-0 game going into halftime in that one, but we had 3 goals scored there in the second half, and as this game wears on, these players are going to get tired, so it'll be interesting to see if either of these teams are going to be able to score or whether this defensive holdout is going to keep going on. Neither team has really had a lot of shots taken. It's been a pretty evenly matched game. The Chicago Fire came out early on and showed a little more offensive output, I think, than Penn Fusion, but ever since then, Penn Fusion has been starting to work themselves back into this game. But in this half, they are going to have to play to the muddier side of the field, which is going to make passing a little tougher, finding footing a little tougher, so all those things will be taken into account. I think actually the whole entire day that I've been watching the soccer games on this field, only 1 goal has been scored by any of the 6 teams that have taken the field on this side of the field, and neither of these teams have done it either. Seattle United was able to find a goal on this side of the field in their last game, but besides that, I don't think anyone scored on this side of the field, and One would have to think because of the conditions on the field being a major factor, that would be why.
Yes, Richie.
However, a lot of goals going on that opposite side. I believe I've seen 5 or 6 goals on that opposite side. So the conditions definitely playing a factor on this side of the pitch. So we'll see what Penn Fusion's able to do with this side of the field. Meanwhile, Cade Fink brings it in for Chicago Fire, looking to punt this one deep. Plays it out toward midfield. The lights are coming on here at the complex as the sun is now almost officially set. That ball played out. This will be a corner kick for the Chicago Fire. Will they be able to find a way to capitalize right here? This one sent up and away into the box, headed on. But Marucci right there to stop any chance of that one going in the goal. Headed back toward midfield. Chicago Fire able to come up with it, pushing it to the attacking third. Now this one deflected up in the air. And here they come again. And a great defensive play right there from Penn Fusion, but then a very sloppy pass on the near side of the field. Gives Chicago Fire its possession back, and then a foul called as a Penn Fusion goes down. Chicago Fire now on the near side of the field. Looking to move it forward, and a foul right outside the box should be called, but no foul will be called at all. That ball deflected out. And one of the players out there barking to just keep playing. Don't worry about fouls being called. You got to keep playing. And he speaks a lot of truth, a lot of maturity from whichever young man that was out there. I couldn't quite tell who it was, but that is the truth of the matter. Even if the fouls aren't being called your way, if you fall asleep just for one moment, the other team can take an advantage. So keep playing through. It is the way to go. As this corner comes in and away from the Chicago Fire, Marucci once again there for the Penn Fusion.
Up, up, up. On your feet, on your feet. Good. Amen, Ricky, organize.
You can just see when the ball's rolling down on the pitch here that it's taking a couple rolls that it shouldn't be taking, stuff like that. It can throw a player off. Trying to take the ball downfield. And this one sent towards for Penn Fusion, but just wide of the post and a miss. But you can't complain with shots, and Penn Fusion finally able to put one up in what was a decently open look right there. So they'll look to see if they can capitalize next time onwards. And Penn Fusion coaches urging their team to press. Here comes the press, and they force the turnover off of it. This one will go straight to Fink. Sent deep. Down toward midfield. Penn Fusion able to get ahead on it, send it forward. It looks like a foul will be called, I believe, on Penn Fusion. So now it'll be a free kick for Chicago Fire.
10 yards back! Yes, it was! Yes, it was! Sir. Yes, sir. 10 yards back. 10, I'll pay you about 5. Still
This one played, Chicago fired. Down the near side of the field. Couple of players falling down on the pitch right here. Chicago Fire still keeping possession. Penn Fusion looking to press here. Find a way to keep possession. Two players pushing and shoving here on the sideline. A foul will be called. That'll go in for a throw-in, and once again, thought there would be a foul on that play as a player was pushed out of bounds on Penn Fusion's squad, which would have set them up for a free kick and maybe been able to put that one into the box, but instead they got a throw in. But nonetheless, here they go again down the field. Ball taken away on that side as Brown tried to make something happen. That ball looks like it's going to stay in play. Now sent back in toward the box. Cade Fink once again there. This one played deep. This one played long, and it'll go out of play. It'll be Chicago Fire's ball, so we're now 57-11 into this game. Still plenty of time here in the second half for either team to find a way to score. Once again, that ball just dies on the pitch. Chicago Fire looking to push up, not able to do so. And Penn Fusion with a free kick now in their defensive third. Reverses field, now coming up toward the near side of the field. Send forward towards Schlentz. Not able to make it there. Now come down the middle of the field. Penn Fusion still with the ball. Great defensive play. It looks like a foul is going to be called there in the middle of the field. So Penn Fusion's going to get the free kick in a pretty dangerous spot. Aiden McFadden getting ready to set up the set piece. How good of a kick is he going to be able to get off on this one? This one will probably be played inside the box. Here comes McFadden. McFadden puts it into the box, curling in. This one's still up in the air. The keeper off his line. This one's still up in the air. And Fink finally able to come up with the ball. That ball deflected around for quite some time. Fink, after trying to punch it out once, was completely out of goal, and maybe an opportunity for Penn Fusion, but they were only able to put it back up into the air again, and by that time Fink was able to recover. And he'll be a throw-in for the Chicago Fire. Played forward, and now Penn Fusion with an opportunity plays one right here. One touch out to the far side of the field. taken away. And here come the Chicago Fire now on the counter.
Richie, late runner. Go on, Macca. This play is yours.
Now this one played forward. But it's all white there in the backfield, and Marucci. This one sent long. Unable to get a head on it right there from Chicago Fire. Now this one rolling up the sideline. McFadden not able to get there. Great communication from Penn Fusion right there to make sure everyone was marked on the throw-in. And for that, they won possession. Then right after that, they get a free kick. So here comes McFadden once again with the set piece. Most likely will try and play this one into the box. This one right to Fink, who's able to punch it away. That one goes out of play. Now up the sideline. That'll go out of play. Now to the near side of the field with some open space. It's Schlentz who takes a shot. Had a lot of power on it, not the accuracy on it. It'll go out of play for a goal kick. He probably could have taken a couple more touches up the field. He had some space to do so before taking that shot. And maybe would have sent some of his defenders his way to maybe open up one of his other teammates. I thought Schlentz maybe should have kept that one a little longer. Here's McFadden. Heads it. Chicago Fire able to play that one forward. Now Penn Fusion drops that one off. Now coming up the near sideline. Now looking to put one into the box. That one deflected away. It stays in play. Now this one played back. Played forward from the Chicago Fire. Schlentz. One touch, not a very good one. And now here come the Chicago Fire up the sideline. Down toward the middle of the field, taken away, dismantled. Was number 10, Nicholas Onweiler. And that ball goes out of play. This one played in, and a foul will be called right here. As one of the Penn Fusion players came in, and Chicago Fire's number 26 down on the ground. That is Matthew Bahena. Gets back up. He looks okay. Was checking out that knee there for a moment, but it'll be a free kick now for the Chicago Fire. Sent deep. And another foul is going to be called, and now this is a dangerous spot for a free kick. And this will be a yellow card booking on the near side of the field, as it looked like he wasn't playing the ball at all. He did just drag down the forward. And there's a booking. So now, Chicago Fire looking to play one into the box in almost a similar position to a corner. This one will come straight into the box. Looks like a little farther back from a corner. Sent in. This one tipped over the crossbar, so now this one will go out for a corner. So the Chicago Fire with two solid opportunities. One that goes into the box, tipped away, and now you're going to have a corner. And they'll call the corner on the far side of the field. So everyone getting marked up into the box to see if this can be the goal that separates the two teams in what has been quite the defensive struggle. Here the ball comes. Headed up. Another attempt by the Chicago Fire to put it back into the box. This one's going to be deflected all the way out toward the Chicago Fire bench. It'll stay in Chicago Fire's possession for a throw-in. And the first substitution for either team coming here in the second half. Or rather, I should say, the first substitution of the second half for either team. As Max Taylor getting ready to check in. He checked in the first half for the Chicago Fire. And a little bit of different strategy here as far as substitutions have gone for the Chicago Fire. They were substituting players a lot there in the first half, but now here in the second half, they haven't been subbing as frequent. We also have a player coming in for Penn Fusion. Number 7, Justin Quintero, getting ready to check into the game, one of the starters in this one. And both subs come in. Number 21, Michael Usher, comes out for the Chicago Fire. Number 14, Ryan Scholes, checks out for Penn Fusion as that one smacked away for a moment. Here comes another opportunity. That was basically a fair catch of football, not football, as the goalkeeper was able to get underneath it there. Marucci. Now this one played in the middle of the field for Penn Fusion, looking to work the near sideline. Gets it over there. Here's McFadden. McFadden able to cut back toward the middle of the field, and then a great play. McFadden still gets the ball back. McFadden with a nice move to get back over to the sideline. McFadden with yet another cut. McFadden puts it into the box. And that cross was too strong, but a couple nice moves from McFadden on the near sideline. The Chicago Fire coming, streaking down the field. Let's see if they can get something going right here. Down that far side, it looks like it was deflected off Chicago Fire player, so just like that, they lose possession. Now in Penn Fusion's possession. Thrown in. This one being pinballed around. Penn Fusion able to come up with it. Play toward the near side of the field, trying to get some open space and spread the field out. Now drop back, a great pass, now toward McFadden. Instead, they'll go to number 4. This one now coming back toward the middle of the field, placed in. No one's there. Penn Fusion will still keep it, though. Now this one played into the box, deflected away by Chicago Fire's back line. Monjares coming up for the ball. He's going to have to take on 4 defenders. It'd be better off for him to wait right here for some of his teammates to crash forward. But while he waits, Penn Fusion able to come up with the ball. We now have 20 minutes into this game until we have stoppage time, and we are still tied at 0-0. Another substitution getting ready to come in for the Chicago Fire here in a moment. Will either team find a way to break the seal? So far, it does not look like any signs of that happening. It looks like we got a player injured there in the middle of the field. Number 15, Giovanni Ortiz, getting ready to check in. Can't quite tell who the player is down on the field. It looks like 20-something. And I believe the player down is number 26, Matthew Bahena, who went down a little earlier in the game, if you remember, with what looked like a knee injury at the time, and now down on the ground again. It looks like it's a leg injury once again. Can't quite tell if it was the same leg or what's going on over there. His coach has come on the field to check if he is all right. And it looks like he'll be able to get up under his own power and walk off the field, albeit very gingerly, has both his coach and the trainer on the field with him. But into the game goes Giovanni Ortiz. Number 7, Patrick Breslin, checks out. Once again, these games are just absolutely crucial for both these teams because national championship implications are always there, as these are qualifier events for those. How well you do in these national tournaments is how you get into those championship games. The Chicago Fire maybe with their best opportunity in some time. Brown plays that one deep, and now here comes Penn Fusion. Does Penn Fusion have an opportunity right here? And maybe a foul call right there, and there will be a foul. Will there be a booking as he had some open room? There will be no booking, I don't think. Or will there? Yes, there will be. It looks like a yellow card is going to be issued. And there will be a yellow card issued. As number 13, Connor Moat. And Bahena looks like he's going to stay out as Christian Cunningham is going to check in the game for him. Bahena, the player that just went down for Chicago Fire not but just a minute ago. Meanwhile, you got a yellow card right here on Connor Moat for Chicago Fire. And a free kick in a very dangerous, I should say, spot as Aiden McFadden getting ready to take this free kick for Penn Fusion, and maybe might just strike this one straight on goal. This one will definitely come into the box in some sort of fashion. Does take one straight on goal, deflected away. Here comes McFadden again. He might have to bring this one out. We've seen him with some shifty moves in this game. Plays it over to Schlentz. Schlentz into the box. This one deflected away. Once again deflected away. It'll be a throw in for the Chicago Fire. That one thrown in. Here's Schlentz. Here will be a free kick for the Chicago Fire. This one played deep
Aim and cover.
down the near side of the field. It looks like it'll roll all the way out of play, so from the free kick, it goes straight out of bounds for a goal kick. Now played deep. This one deflected away. Penn Fusion now has the ball, looking to work the middle of the field here. Now kicks it out to the far side of the field. Nobody on the other side of that pass. Here comes the Chicago Fire back down this side on the far side of the field. That one will roll out of bounds as well, and here comes a substitution for the Chicago Fire. It'll be number 11, Bailey Kish, who played earlier in the first half, checking into the game again. Nicholas Onweiler checks out for the Chicago Fire. About 14 minutes, well, about closer to 13 minutes now remaining in this game. About 1 or 2 minutes of stoppage time, I think, is what we're looking at right now with the amount of players that have gone down, which haven't been a ton, but there have been some players on the ground for a little while. Brown looking to press try here, not able to do so, and the coaches are still urging them to press. Here comes Brown up the sideline. That ball will go out of play. And once again, when Penn Fusion presses, they're able to win possession. If I was Penn Fusion, every single opportunity I get, I'm pressing. They've done a great job with it, and the Chicago Fire have had some trouble in trying to handle it. This ball now played forward. It looks like we're going to have another substitution for the Chicago Fire. So much like they did in the first half, the substitutions are starting to pile on for the Chicago Fire. And we're going to have one substitution as well for Penn Fusion. It'll be Jackson Rank checking in for Chicago Fire. He had a shot attempt earlier this game that almost went in. Well, not almost went in, but it was well high over the post, but it was a really good attacking opportunity for the Chicago Fire, so I'm sure Jackson Rank will be able to help out the Chicago Fire. In the meantime, number 11, Raymond Gallegos, getting his first action in this game for Penn Fusion. We'll see if he can be any contribution in this one. With about 11 minutes now to go in the game, it's 79:06 remaining. Still tied 0-0 in this one. That one lined up, and a reminder, in these tournaments, there is no overtime. Well, in this tournament in particular, there is no overtime. As you see that ball float out of play. So at the end of stoppage time, whoever is out in front will win, and if there is nobody out in front, this will end in a draw. Here comes the throw-in down the near side of the field. Deflected up in the air. Brown tried to go up for the header. On the far side of the field, Chicago Fire trying to work the ball. Played forward, now toward the middle of the field. Penn Fusion now looking for the counter and maybe with an opportunity, maybe looking for Brown right here a little further. A nice little pass in the middle of the field right there. Now back out to the near side of the field, now back to the midfield. A player falls down for the Chicago Fire, and they're able to defuse the attack. Now Chicago Fire trying to come on the opposite side of the field. The intensity starting to pick up in this game a little from both squads. In the middle of the field, a great takeaway. Brown trying to go for the ball. Each team with this intensity picking up are having a hard time of keeping possession. On the far side of the field, that ball will roll out of play. We're going to have another substitution coming in for the Chicago Fire here. Number 25, Rafa Serrano, checks into the game. And a corner kick getting ready to come in from the Chicago Fire. This one played into the box, headed up in the air. Penn Fusion with an opportunity, and now a foul called here in the middle of the field. In the middle of the field, Penn Fusion looking to work. And that one right there to the goalkeeper. It's time starting to really wind down in this one. Can either team find a way to jump out in front? This one played out wide. Penn Fusion with an opportunity. Nice cut to the outside, looking to put one into the box, and it's on Fink, able to get there in time. Fink, whose name we said a lot there in the first half. We hadn't said it a lot here in the second. But he makes a nice save right there in a crucial time. This one now over to the middle of the field. This one deflected up into the air off a Chicago Fire player. So now here comes a corner for Penn Fusion. The corner up and away in toward the box, pretty far out. That one headed back, but over the goalpost, and it'll go out for a goal kick. We got a substitution coming in for the Chicago Fire here. Looks like Joshua Parakis, who we've seen in the game before, checking in. Subbing out is Connor Moat, who picked up a yellow card earlier in this game. That one played forward. Schlentz trying to go for the ball. He'll fall down. That ball will go out of play for a Chicago Fire throw in deep in Penn Fusion territory. Chicago Fire plays this one in. Marucci right there.
Help him, Sam, help him.
And here come Penn Fusion down the middle of the field. Chicago Fire now wins the ball.
Great challenge. Wow, it's played the ball.
And Marucci able to get there and scoop it up. The Chicago Fire player showing some pressure. Now it's Penn Fusion down the far side of the field.
Come on, pitch in.
Now toward the middle of the field. Played forward, deflected away.
Remote. Frankie, go.
Pass intended for Brown, but that one will go out. That one thrown in. An attempt at a cross. The cross is up. Fink able to punch it away. The threat is still there. Penn Fusion will still keep possession. Now moving it down. Passes it back. Chicago Fire plays this one out of play. We are now under 3 minutes, not including stoppage time here in regulation. Once again, there is no overtime, so whatever the result is at the end of 90 minutes plus whatever extra time the referees add on will be the final result. And what has been quite the defensive bout, as you could probably tell by the score, 0-0 if you're just catching the end of this one, or if you've been watching this game, you know that neither team has really had that many of opportunities. This one up into the box. This one headed on. An opportunity. Fink right there to punch it out. Maybe another opportunity for Penn Fusion, but this one cleared out again. Now Penn Fusion's got to get up to it, but a great play to get some space by Marajas. Marajas still going with the ball. Marajas plays it straight to Marucci. Not contested one bit. Here's Brown. Brown looking to play it forward. Can't find a teammate. The ball deflects back to a teammate, however, off the Chicago Fire player. Now down the near side of the field. Back out. Dropped off onto the far side of the field. A little bit of space for Penn Fusion to work with. Tries to put one in. That one deflected away. Penn Fusion controlling the ball here late, but not able to do anything with it. Sent forward once again. That one will go straight to a Chicago Fire player. Now this one's sent deep. Here's the speed. Here's an attempt. Marucci able to get there and punts this one long. Still kept in play. We're now under a minute left, not including stoppage time. Marucci punts it long. Brown trying to get underneath it, not able to do so. This one flicked on for Brown, and now Brown down the near sideline. Brown looking to put one into the box, finds himself a little bit of space. Brown still looking. Corner kick coming up. Here comes the corner kick. The corner kick up and away, level down. Fink punches it. We are now officially in stoppage time. That one's going to be called as a goal kick. And by the looks of things, it looks like we're going to end in a 0-0 draw. But maybe one last attempt here for the Chicago Fire. They haven't gotten much going on offense, not just in this game, but more likely here in the second half. Really haven't gotten a lot going. They might just have to try and send one forward, maybe try and find Marajas, who has been somebody that's been able to find some space. This ball in the defensive third for the Chicago Fire, looking to play it forward. Now this one played forward. Trying to run the far side of the field. Chicago Fire still going with it. Stoppage time still being added on. This one played deep down the near sideline. Here comes Brown. Brown looking to make something happen. Still keeping it in. Puts one into the box. This one headed on, but not very well. Deflected up into the air. Schlentz was able to come underneath it. We might be nearing the final possession of the game right here. Penn Fusion down the far sideline. Looking to make something happen. This will be a throw-in for Penn Fusion. Throws it in. Here comes another attempt. This one is going to sail long and over. And that might be it after this goal kick is set deep. Depending on what happens right here. Here comes the goal kick. Not sent very long. Here's an opportunity for Brown maybe. Brown with an opportunity to put it into the box, deflected away. It'll go out, and here comes a corner kick. Here comes the corner. The corner kick getting ready to come up and away from this 0-0 tie. This one deflected back. It'll go out of play. And that'll be the end of the game. A 0-0 draw here on Field 1. And that'll wrap up play from the U.S. Soccer National League for this youth tournament here in Wilson, North Carolina. I hope you enjoyed the whole entire day between the under-15 and the under-17 here on Field 1. It's been a blast. I've had a lot of fun. Once again, my name is Karthik Venkatraman. Had a lot of fun doing this with you all. Had a lot of fun enjoying these games. It's been a great day of soccer, great weather. The pitch hasn't been spectacular, but the play has been pretty quality from all the teams that have taken the field today. And that'll be it from inside Wilson, North Carolina Sports Complex. We'll catch you next time.